Everybody, welcome to Barber Dave Shaves and Such. This would be a and such. We're doing a watch unboxing. For those of you that know me know that I'm a pretty big watch collector, but this one has special meaning to me, and we'll get into that story as well. This is actually made by Timex, and it is a special watch that's a limited edition. And so let's go ahead and open up the box. So your basic white outer box, and then there it is, the blue Pan American Airways color and the Timex. Now, let's explain a little bit. Pan American Airlines no longer exists. They were an international carrier, but they did not have domestic flights, and that was part of the reason of their downfall, because they wanted the international flights and international travel towards the end of their tenure was getting a little less, so Delta Airlines purchased them, but that's beside the point. So why this watch means so much to me is that logo right there. That was the very first airline that I remember flying on. I mean, I know we took a Hughes Air West or an American plane to JFK, but we climbed onto this huge 747, and this was in the early 70s when the 747 just came out. And I remember walking through JFK Airport and how huge it was, and then getting on this huge plane, and the stewardesses were all dressed in this color blue, and they gave me some flight wings, and I still have them here somewhere. I'll have to find them. So when I saw this watch available, it meant a lot to me for a couple of reasons. One, the fact that it was my first flight, and we flew from JFK to San Juan, Puerto Rico to see my mom's family. And I remember my dad taking me up to the lounge, which was on the second floor of this beautiful aircraft. And we watched aircraft carriers from about 30,000 feet all the way into San Juan. So that was a real good memory from my father. The second memory, and we'll go ahead and take this out of the box. And the box is really cool. I've had this out already to show, but the box is really cool. So the box has got obviously the Pan Am logo, but if you look on it, it's also got the really neat Pan American Airways, the Clipper Cargo Reserved, Pan American Airways system, just a really cool retro box, which is neat. So as we get ready to open this, my second story, I was stationed at Bentwater in the UK. And I'm going to take this out of the shot for just a second. And of course you've got the standard Timex booklet, to show you how to set the watch and everything else. But like I said, it's just got a really cool retro box, which is kind of neat. So we're going to put that aside for a second. So this is where the story gets kind of weird. In December of 1988, I was coming home for the holidays, and I was stationed at RAF Joint Base Bentworth and also at Lakenheath in the UK. And on December 21st, I was flying back to the United States. We had to fly to New York and then to Chicago and then home. Well, I was trying to get to Heathrow Airport, and I was late, and I missed my flight. So unfortunately, I had to wait until the next day. But here's the irony of this, and those of you that were around back then, you'll remember the number 103. That's right, Pan American Airways Flight 103. It departed December 21st, 1988 at approximately 6:48 p.m. and at 7:02 p.m. it exploded over Lockerbie, Scotland. I was supposed to be on that flight. So that's weird story number 2, because it was on its way to JFK. So before we get to weird story number 3, let's go ahead and show you the watch. Now, I have not unpacked this yet. You're seeing it the first time I am. So it's a beautiful chronograph. It is a Japanese movement. I think it's, I'm not sure which Miyota movement it is. Or it could actually be a Seiko movement, but it is a quartz. But you can see that it's got the Pan Am 707. It is a full chronograph. It is quartz, and like I said, I haven't even started it yet. But what's cool about it is it's got a nice leather band. It's got the Pan Am blue on the backing, and let me peel this off, and I think it's got the Pan Am. Yeah, it does. And this is just telling you about the watch itself. And then I usually save all this stuff, but it's got the Pan Am logo on the background. And just a really cool watch for a Timex. So that's pretty neat. So we'll be wearing this very, very soon. And it will be part of my Imaginarium shaves that we're going to be doing later on this week. And what's cool about it is if you look at the chronograph, it has the wings on it. So that's kind of cool as well. So anyhow, back to what we were talking about. So the third strange story about Pan American, and it's kind of a neat little Pan Am pillow as well, is that years later, while I was in school, after I got out of the Air Force, I was driving a semi. And one of the guys that I had met that worked for the same company, him and I got talking one night, and it turns out that his wife had passed away on the flight, the Lockerbie flight, Pan Am 103, as she was a stewardess. So some good memories and some not so good memories, but obviously I am tied to this, to Pan American in a kind of a strange way. So anyhow, that's it for the watch preview, guys. I know this is not normally what I do, but I thought you'd take a look at it and you'd like to appreciate the story behind that. So I'll leave that right there in the lights. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we'll see you Sunday. Take care.